Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'd like to shout out to all the new subscribers and people thinking about subscribing. Just thank you guys for being a ooh, wonderful community, online Havruta, online, yeah, that ain't working, online family. And we're going to jump into our Mashava. I'd like to dedicate this shiur to Rav Stephen Bernstein, my mother, Iris Elizabeth Roque, Carolyn Jones. Who would you like to dedicate this shiur to? May their memories be for a blessing. And may Rabbi Adin, even Israel Steinsaltz, may his memory be for a blessing too. And his mission was to always educate Israel. He has a Steinsaltz Center in Israel, I believe it is. Rav Bernstein always touted him as one of the greats. So it's just an honor to be reading this in honor of Rav Stephen Bernstein, because he thought so highly of this man. So we're looking at Jewish philosophy, getting some understanding of how Jews look at certain things. Right now we're in the life cycle section. You can purchase this book from Koren Pub, KORENPUB.com. And so right now we're gonna get into the section of the life cycle called the wedding, where if you missed before, we did birth and the naming of a child. Then we did the circumcision, and then we also did the circumcision and bar mitzvah. So now we're on the wedding section. Okay, let me get my coffee ready. So a man and a woman are two halves of one soul. And those who are fortunate find the other half of their soul and get married. The joy at a wedding is the precursor to the joy of the worldwide redemption. One's ancestors who have passed into the world of truth attend the wedding. Wow. Let me read that again. One's ancestors who have passed into the world of truth. Hold up. The world of truth. I love that. They attend the wedding. And the heavenly bride, or the divine presence, or the Shekhinah, comes to rejoice with the bride entering the wedding canopy. Anyone who brings joy to the bride and groom indicates that God has worked a miracle and is responsible for the match. The joy leads the bride to act upon her desire for the groom, and this should inspire everyone to act upon one's soul yearning for God. Wow, Rabbi Steinsaltz, you know how to start something off. So in this book, he is showing his Jewish people the meanings of things. Maybe they grew up in a secular home, or they grew up in a home without explanation. They just did things by rote, habit, and they didn't really understand the theology behind the things. So this is why we get this extra explanation. So now he's going to go into the section called two halves. So the bride and groom are ideally part of one soul that have found one another. Only those who have merit succeed in finding their matching soul. When a man does not succeed in doing so, part of that soul is given to another. Wow. And here's the rabbi's explanation, which comes from the Zohar. All spirits contain both male and female elements. When they are manifest, they are both male and female, and only afterward, when they descend to this world, do they go their separate ways. So if one has merit, the male and female parts, subsequently match up. They are joined together in one union, entirely in body and soul. If one merits, he is given his mate. If not, she's separated from him and given to another. Yikes. That's from Zohar chapter 3, verse 43a. This subsection is called the importance of marriage. So the idea is redemption will come when all the souls that need to come into this world have descended from the upper world. This is one reason we rejoice at weddings, because they lead to the bringing of children into the world and thus bring the redemption closer. Wow. I love Israel. They just make your mind go with more ideas that you never even had in your head. And oh my goodness, what a special people. So Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz brings in this explanation from Rabbi Levi Yitzhak of Berdichev from his book Kedushat Levi and the Likutim. So the excuse me, let me get a little. The joy of a wedding indicates the approach of the redemption, and this is the illusion in the Talmud. The Son of David will not come until all the souls of the body in heaven have been finished, meaning they have descended to this world. You'll find that in Yevamot 62a. This is the joy of a wedding. It is for the souls that will come into this world. As a result, this is the union, and through it, we come closer to the redemption. For this reason, we say in the 7 wedding blessings, the blessing of, we celebrate greatly, alluding to the building of the temple, because from this joy, the temple will be built. Excuse me. The next section, who comes to rejoice at a wedding celebration? So the Song of Songs, that's the book written by Shlomo HaMelech, King Solomon, the Song of Solomon, sometimes you heard it called. The Song of Songs describes the relationship between a bride and a groom, and the sages explain that this as a parable, describing the relationship of the Jewish people with their Creator. God is the bridegroom, the beloved, and he searches for his bride, the Jewish people. Every wedding ceremony is attended by the mystical community of Israel that comes from the upper world and participates in the joy of the bride in this lower world. So one must make the wedding canopy with precious materials in honor of the heavenly bride mentioned in Song of Songs, who attends the celebration of the earthly bride, who symbolizes her. The wedding canopy in which the bride abides is a symbol for the heavenly canopy where the heavenly bride is, and it's perfectly beautiful in a variety of precious shades, for the heavenly and earthly brides are one image. The former is blessed with 7 mystical blessings. 7 rivers empty fine oil upon her. The latter is blessed with 7 blessings recited under the canopy that reflect the 7 heavenly blessings. Wow. And that all comes from Rabbi Yeshaya Halevi Horowitz in the Shnei Luchot Habarit Sha'ar HaOtiot Kedushat HaTzivug. Okay, another on that same point, the idea of who actually is coming to the wedding to rejoice. Another point is from Rabbi Yosef Yitzhak Schneerson in his book Sefer HaMa'amarim Kuntresim, chapter 1, verse 38b. So the Zohar describes how God brings the souls of deceased parents from the Garden of Eden in order to rejoice at the weddings of their children. Earlier generations also come to participate in the celebration. So at the time of the wedding, the souls of the ancestors arrive from the world of truth as far as 3 generations back. This is the case for all Israel, and there are those for whom the souls come from, even earlier generations. Wow. That's some merit, isn't it? Okay, this next section is called Bringing Joy to the Bride and Groom. So the sages of the Talmud offer 3 suggestions as to the significance of bringing joy to the bride and groom, and you'll find that in Berachot 6b. So each suggestion relates to a different aspect of a wedding, and their combination reflects the great joy involved. So the first, rejoicing with the bride and groom, is like receiving the Torah. Wow. B, 2, it's like bringing a thanks offering. 3, it's like rebuilding one of the destroyed parts of Jerusalem. Oh, that's beautiful. Each of these represents a way the wedding symbolizes God's interaction with the world. So now he's going to go into some of these things specifically. So this one, the joy at a wedding is a recognition of God's command over everything. So the bride and groom are 2 separate entities, and this one man and this one is man and this one is woman, and as such they are completely separate. Their union is from God, may he be blessed, who brings them together. And when one brings joy to the groom, their union is completed. And this expresses the notion that it's God who unites the couple. This teaches that all changes in reality, like the fact that they separate into male and female and come from God. This aspect of bringing joy to the bride and groom is as if one had offered a thanks offering, and that's Brachot 6b, which exists only to teach that all changes in reality are due to God. The next comment is the wedding is the establishment of a new entity of God, and it's like rebuilding one of the ruins of Jerusalem. So with regard to that which it says, bringing joy to the bride and groom is considered as if one rebuilt one of Jerusalem's ruins from Brachot 6b. The interpretation is that the union of the bride and groom brings about the completion of the formation of man. Because he was previously considered a deficient form and is now considered a complete form, this is considered like rebuilding the ruins of Jerusalem, the city of God. Because this union of the bride and groom is an edifice built by God. So the completion of a person, this next subject is the completion of a person is comparable to the completion of the world. So here, this is from the Maharal in Tiferet Yisrael, chapter 30. So it says, the Maharal is saying, it says that if he brings joy to the bride and the groom, and this again, the subject is the completion of a person is comparable to the completion of the world. So it says that if he brings joy to the bride and groom, he receives the reward of acquiring the Torah, which was given with 5 voices. In Brachot 6b. Hold up. The Torah was given with how many voices? Say what? Did y'all? Okay, let's keep going. The Torah was given with 5 voices. The word voice appears 5 times in the account of the giving of the Torah in Exodus 19, verses 16 through 19. The Torah is the divine order that was given to the world, and it brings completion to the world as it has been explained. Therefore, one who brings joy to the bride and groom is completing the union of the bride and groom to the point where there is a completed reality. And a person is considered like the entire world, as was explained above, that man is a microcosm of the entire world. Likewise, the Torah is a microcosm of the entire world. When one brings joy to the bride and groom, whose union is the completion of a person who is the entire world, one thereby merits Torah, which is also the completed reality of the entire world, which is why the Torah was given with 5 voices, as has been explained. This interpretation is unquestionably true and clear to anyone who understands wisdom. Let me see. I got a note here that I failed to read. A thanks offering is brought by someone who has escaped an extreme situation. Explaining the thanks offering, such as traveling at sea or across a desert, or one who has been released from prison or recovered from an illness. The offering expresses the person's recognition that God is present in every situation and in every change in a person's reality. Okay. Dancing before the bride causes her joy and delight, enabling her to reveal her inner desire and her yearning for her husband. Each and every Jew and the community of Israel as a whole is the bride of God. In their spiritual essence, they yearn for God, yet they must draw the desire and yearning out of their place of concealment to be revealed. The heavenly bride is the community of Israel and the divine spark that is within each member of, and the divine spark that is within each member of the Jewish people. So the matter of the heavenly bride is well known. It's the community of Israel as a whole, the source of all Jewish souls. Let me read that again. The matter of the heavenly bride is well known. It is the community of Israel as a whole, which is the source of all Jewish souls. And in particular, it is the divine spark within each and every Jew. So the word bride, the kala, derives from kilayon, which means completion or expiration, as in, my soul longs, indeed it expires, kalta, for the courtyards of the Lord. That's from Psalms 84:3. This refers to the natural essential love that is rooted in every divine spark to be willing to die for the one. Because it is indeed a part of the divine and it is drawn to its source. And there's a note here saying, that is to say that Jews are prepared to sacrifice their lives to sanctify the name of God because there is a divine spark in each Jew's soul that is drawn to God. So now this section is about the desire each person has to connect to God. It's concealment and needs to be revealed. So, but even though one's soul is rooted in the desire and passion to be constantly drawn to the source of its formation, as it says, the spirit of the sons of man doesn't ascend. That's Ecclesiastes 3:21. It is always moving upward. Nevertheless, this desire is hidden and enclosed in a person, and it is in no way revealed. And this is why the word bride kala derives from kilayon, as in my soul expires, kalta. As this refers to love that is concealed in the mysterious place in the heart of the Jewish people. Okay, now this section is about when we dance and rejoice, it's possible to reveal that which is concealed by dancing and the rejoicing. So this is the idea of dancing before the bride. So, through dancing before her, we arouse within her a point of connection, bringing it from the concealed to the revealed. And she becomes a kind of receptacle in order to unite with her husband. For through her joy and delight, which we impart to her by dancing before her, she raises herself up, and that which is blocked inside her is aroused and becomes revealed. Her desire for union. And so too with regard to the divine spark in the individual, which is called a bride. Through the dance that we perform before it, that which was concealed within it, that is the soul's love, is illuminated and revealed. That comes from Rabbi Dovber Shnuri from Dishrei Hatuna, part 2, page 659. So the fine threads that are woven between the groom and the bride are strings that play the music of the divine presence at Mount Sinai. That comes from Rabbi Shlomo Wolbe from the book Alei Shur 1. So I hope that you enjoyed that. Our next gathering, we're going to be looking at old age. We're going to look at how Rabbi Steinsaltz is teaching his Jewish people how they should think about old age and bringing some proofs to show this is how we, Israel, think about these different parts of the life cycle. So if you enjoyed this, let me know. Let me know what caught your attention. Again, I just love how Israel has everything so organized, and the sages that have gone on before them teach them. This is how we look at it, and that's what makes a Jew a Jew. They pass on the traditions of their fathers, and instead of saying, I think, and the Torah says, lean not on your own understanding. This is how Israel looks at it. So I hope you enjoyed that. And listen, let's do it again next time.